Welcome back to Mini Motorways and our daily challenge. So let's see what we've got today. Reykjavik, Iceland. Yeah, I am right. Oops, if I'm wrong. My apologies to Iceland. But anyway, this will be. Is it double the? No, this will be something like starting. How we start with boats, not double the. Oh, maybe double. But anyway, I can never remember this with the thing. Rush hour, that's it. All are much busier. Double the number of motorways of what are. So it is double the number of motorways. Sometimes that can be like, oh, I suppose that would be a plus, wouldn't it? We're in our. If you've not seen this before, or you've seen some of the others and you haven't seen Reykjavik yet, it can sometimes be further down here on this right hand side, so it's a bit more open. But a lot of the time, it does start here. So we've got this. We very rarely have to use bridges on here, maybe to span maybe this or something like that, but not very often. But we need to make sure we don't get bottlenecked in this section here. And we've got 30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and not get bottlenecked on here, but keep an eye on how many, things I've got left. I've got just one enough. It's so I could go around because we'll get it here. I've got 10 for this. Because it's a daily, we're gonna have 2 of these somewhere. Probably up here somewhere. There we go. So that's not too bad. That's pretty okay. So if we do this and we do that, we still got the 7. It might be worth cornering that because obviously when they come down, it'll just shave off like half a second or something like that. But bearing in mind, we've got to be careful because it's going to be busier. So these are gonna get, busy. So busier is busier, yeah. Thanks, well done. This might be your first time you've seen Mini Motorways. This might be the first time you come to the channel. Welcome. If it's not, still welcome. It's always lovely to have a comment on anything. And if you've got something, Pigs, I won't mind if you're interested in playing this game or this game, most people just don't care. I know there's a viewer, he likes watching it when he comes on from, he says he has a bad day, he watches my stuff, and I said, oh, that's very nice and kind of it. So it's always appreciated that somebody does that. And comments on it, because I try my best. I don't always get it right. Saturday. What I'm a bit worried is, it's going to start to surge because we know that the problem is I've got 2 left, and I don't want to get rid of this because this, I want to try and get around there. So a lot of the times, if you get blockages like this, for an example, we can't get around. Although we've got this here, that's why it's sort of like done like that. We should be okay. Don't forget, these are going to go faster. Oh, that's okay. That wasn't ideal, but it was appreciated. No, not at this moment. I'll take the traffic lights. And bear in mind, we're going to come down this. The option would be to tag this on here and maybe do that, and then get rid of that. This then. He's got options for being bigger. We know it's going this way. I would have probably sent it through this way if, and then tag this up there and the wheel on there. But I'm trying to keep this as good as possible. There's a couple of options I could do. I can swap these around These three can be swapped to this. These technically three here can be swapped to this. I can put this one this way, this and that one upwards, and obviously that would work quite well. So options are around. There's no point being on this trunking because it's not connected. I suppose it is connected around here, but that would be a long, long way for it to travel. These will help with this. These will probably go to this one. It wants to pick. Nicely, we can't get around there. It'll always pick the shortest. How it works is it looks to say, well, how far I am away, and then would count a tile like this square as how far. Motorways will be saying, well, you've got an end point and the other point, unless it does count road tiles, and then that's different, which we'll know because obviously the daily is a lot different to, let's say, the weekly, for an example, in a lot of respects, where we have these things that it messes about with different things, which we don't. In fact, actually, that might be a better option. Sorry, that's a mouse spinner. We can do this. This is obviously connected to that. Still a bit peeved about that. Well, I can't get around it, so it might open up more magenta there. A bridge. Now we don't normally. I wouldn't normally do this, and I don't think it'll go on there. Will it? No, it'll pick this. Unless that was. Oh no, it is strange enough. Apparently, it's faster going backwards, but not thing. Apart from that, it's probably because these are up there. It's a bit weird that it chose to do that way, but that's how the game decided he was going to do it. Hopefully, this won't. In many motorways, whether you've seen one before, it's not an endless map. It only increases to a certain size. I don't know what size that is, but it'll only go to a little bit more, and then that'll be full size. But normally by that time, everything's awry. Now this is where we're going to get a problem. So what would be a better idea is to start making this slightly faster. Yeah. just slightly worried about. Now, I could cut this off here, which would increase the speed. But don't forget, if you don't know that when this starts to surge, we need 8 houses to service this. Unfortunately, we haven't got the 8. But we've got the 4 there. Now, it might pay dividends. I'm not saying it will, to it's very difficult to know which is right and which is wrong. I'll put these 2, because these 2 might come out. This is only a 1 at the moment, so it's only needing 1. These are like, they like to call them pits, but as I just said, it's like a post saying, no, this is where the car, you know, when this opens up, the car, you know, it'll come out saying, business is ready for service, or whatever you want to. I can't remember the exact wording. Apologies for that. It is very early on the morning you're actually watching this. I don't really think these are coming out, so I'll do that. These could be serviced by this. As I say, I've never got anything over there. It's not big enough for a. Even if a house went up there, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. Oops. Right, we've got our motorway, but what do we actually want to more? See, sometimes having a motorway doesn't make much of a difference. I'll take it. And then I'll do that. The advantage of it, obviously, any of this coming out will obviously come in here. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't really like it, but it's going to help this. It's the only one that's full at the moment. And it might stop these coming out. Because obviously they can get there faster. Which means this one don't need it, which means these will not need the... Now, there's an option to cut this, which means these 3 would go to there. This would automatically have to go round. Whether I like that idea or not, I don't know. Actually, it might not actually be the worst idea. I can always relink it, can't I? That's the thing. I can relink. If I'm going down these will want to follow up it. This is already done by these. This lot is got this lot. And it stops them. They're just going to get confused and go back again. Because they can't. It's always weird that. Then they're going to go, yeah, see, now we get in a surge. It will sort itself out because they'll start to use the motorway. I'm going to put that on there. I don't really like this. Do you know something? It might actually pay to cut this off and jump this over here. I've already got the one. I don't want to jump it yet because obviously of this. I'm going to do that and carry and wait for this to free itself. No, I'm not. I'm really worried about this one up here. It's, as you can see, it's just surging. And when it surges, it's going to cause a problem. I'm trying to get all of this back on. I'll take the bridge. I don't think the traffic lights, because I've got four. Sorry about that. I was pausing and overthinking probably. You see what I mean by this? It just needs as many as it can get. Because it did say as an option that it was, things will be much busier. We need 8. I see, now we need... I don't think that was coming out anyway, so I'll just do that. It's not going to affect... Well, it will there, I suppose. Right, here we go. Right, I'll try and get this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get this in. That. It's not ideal, but it will help that. God, this is a nightmare. I have got, yeah, I have got that I can do this. That's now doing that. Oh, see, it's not a great. I suppose that would work. Because it would go there and into there, and that would go there into there. I'm trying to. I want this. The thing is I want this back for this one. I know this is going to search. I just know how it's going to work. Then I can do that. It's not ideal, but bearing in mind, like I said, we need 8. These are really close, so it's not going to be too bad. And it might not even come out. I'm going to keep an eye on it. This yellow's still doing it. We just can't get enough to the yellow from there. It won't get that much bigger than this. I'm going to move this to somewhere here. And I'm going to tag this off. Yellow is there. Bridge. That and that are the only green. Although I suppose I've got this green here. How many? I've got 26. It may... Actually, it would probably pit. It doesn't look very good, but to do this. This... Well, I'm going to say it's less than the motorway, but I don't think it is actually. Because the motorway, what it tends to do is count as 0, as in any roads, unless it tells you that it's going to... In some of this players, it's going to cut... It says, you know, road tiles cost basic. The cost as road tiles as a motorway. Sorry, I'm trying to explain myself here. Don't even know what I'm saying myself. It's gonna be one of these mornings. Like I said, it's very early on the day you're seeing this. It's so. I don't particularly like this, I must admit. Yeah, we get in a search here, but I just don't. No, I think. I think I've done it wrong, but I'm just thinking that there might allow this, because then I'm not connecting to here, so it won't slow this down. But then we've got this one. Until this could now it'll work itself out. What am I gonna get? Not anything I'm blooming want, that's for certain. I don't think that would be. I haven't got that back yet. Oh, that was the one I was going to get back, wasn't it? Yeah, we just about to get it done. Come on. Ah, there. Right, now if I do this, these four will track that. Which means I could do... No, I couldn't. Are they going back to go around there? That just makes no sense. Yeah, they are. It makes no sense. That's a bit silly, but you know what I say. It is what it is. I'm now going to do that then. If that's the case, ooh la 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 la. How many? I've got 40. Ooh. It's really difficult to work out. How am I going to get that from there? I don't think any of this is actually getting used, to be honest. Right, I've got the 2 motorways. I'm gonna... Right, I can put this here again. Trouble is, you can't turn these. How's that gonna... I've got 0. Oops. That will go down there, and that will go down there, and that is then part of that, which could have a traffic light on it. Is there anything else that I should be having a traffic light on? That, I mean, I could, but I think that's terrible. I'm trying to force this. I'm trying to force these yellows to go this way. But it's just not happening at all. That's basically the highest point. Well, I won't say the highest points I've had for a while, but... I see, the thing is with this is, I don't think this would have worked with roundabouts, because there's far too many different colours that are, you know, batting into each other, and that's the problem. I don't think we're not going to get. Unfortunately, we're not going to get 2,000. I don't think. The thing about this is it can absolutely go. You see what I mean? But they just cannot get. And now that it's just, it's added that I can't do nothing here. This is an absolute nightmare. I suppose I could just take that out. That would increase the speed slightly. But I think, it's not too bad. It's not going to make a difference, my friend, because you know, as you can see, that's the maximum size. Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a all over. But don't forget, it's wood bridges as well, so you can't. It's very difficult to think. Roundabouts wouldn't have helped with that either, because if you get too many colours on a roundabout, it would have buggered up. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next Mini Motorways Daily Challenge. Take care. Bye for now.